When you think of sports manga, what do you think of? Soccer, Blue Lock, haiku, volleyball. But what about biking, road biking? So I recently just got the out-of-print Yowamushi Pedal, and no, it's not entirely out of print, but a lot of the middle parts, like volumes 3 through I think like 17 are out of print, and I was able to order the whole thing off of eBay. So I wanted to make a quick video talking about the series entirely. And one more thing, if this video gets 100 likes, I will be riding 100 kilometers on my bike, or about like 62-ish miles. So let's head back inside and take a look at this manga. Yokoso, my manga society. So I recently picked up the entirety of Yowamushi Pedal. So I mentioned this in my most recent manga haul as well for the 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. But I will show them once again right here, right now. So this is just the first stack, honestly. It's 1 through, what is this? 13, and then we got 14 through 27. So these are two volume omnibuses. So, and I was able to get this basically at retail, or $600. I know at retail it comes out to be like $580 or something like that. But with tax, it was a little more expensive, which is fine. So this was like the first series that's kind of like out of print. Now the entirety of the series isn't out of print, but some of it is, like I had mentioned. So if you haven't heard of Yowamushi Pedal, it's basically about a nerdy boy in like high school who finds his love for like road bike racing. And I came across this anime a while ago, actually. This must have been like 6-7 years ago, and the anime is actually still coming out with new seasons. Now I like this series because I think it's pretty unique. I don't think you ever really see that many like good biking, like bike racing animes or mangas. I feel like it's such a nice refresher from like all the soccer mangas and basketball mangas. So I'm like extremely excited to read this entire thing. I've only read like the first volume, but I have a long way to go. Now another reason why this is like such a nice refresher from like other sports mangas is because this manga, the main character, like I mentioned, it's like a nerdy anime loving like boy. He turns into like this biking maniac, and he's like extremely good. I feel like in most sports manga, it usually starts off with someone that's already passionate about the sport that they're playing. And here in this video, I will be just like flipping through some of the volume covers and some of the art in the books while I'm talking about the series. So this series for me has been enjoyable for the anime. Now the art isn't like necessarily the best, especially in the beginning. I'm sure I haven't taken a peek at like some of the later volumes, but most of the time a manga usually starts off with like kind of roughish art, but then gets like really good later on. I'm expecting that to be the same or similar in this series. And so yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is such a like inspiring manga, especially when I was like in college. I feel like I was still trying to figure out like what some of my hobbies were and stuff. So this actually sparked an actual interest in like in real life biking, like road biking, which is actually one of the reasons I had gotten that road bike that you saw at the beginning of the video. I haven't ridden it in a while, but if we do get to hit that 100 likes mark, then I will be riding it again very soon.
Snepkin.
So yeah, another reason I actually enjoy this series is because I feel like you get to see a wide variety of different types of characters. Like there's sprinters, are the ones who like go super fast on like a straightaway, or like climbers, usually like skinnier types of like body types. And then like an all-arounder, obviously they have like a normal type of build. But it's really cool to see how many different types of people can actually get to know this sport. I feel like any sort of body type would excel. Obviously if you like train, not like at the beginning, but I feel like there's a role for like any type of person, which is actually really nice to see. You don't have to be you know, like the most muscular or like the skinniest person, you know? So I do feel like this manga is kind of like on the underrated side, especially when you take a look at, you know, I keep mentioning that a lot of it is out of print, and that's because no one really has been buying it. Out of print manga usually goes out of print because no one's buying it. So that is evidence that no one's really paying attention to it. And so I don't know, I feel like it's underrated. I feel like it's pretty interesting. Now the length of it, I feel like it's pretty long. It went through, you know, their first year, their second year of high school. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna go through their third year. And maybe that's like where the story ends, but I feel like it's not very typical to see the main character go through every single like year. And so that in itself is like pretty interesting to see. Now, obviously it's still ongoing, which obviously means it's still, you know, popular in Japan. So that's a good thing. I hope it continues to where the story can finish on a good note. I also feel like the villains in this manga are pretty unique. We got like this creepy dude who's like super tall and like lanky. We got like someone who like sabotages the races. I feel like the range of villains, there's a good ratio between those villains and then how many like people you actually want to root for. Because on some enemy teams, I feel like there are people you want to root for. That in itself is also pretty interesting because sometimes you want to root for some of these like other characters who aren't even on like the main character's team. So yeah, I don't know. I think overall, pretty interesting manga. If you get the chance, check it out. I don't really know where to read it online, but if you do get the chance, maybe check out the anime to see if you like it, and then like, you know, dive into where you can like either buy it or read it. I usually don't hear anyone talking about it, but so I think that's where I'm gonna end the video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like to reach that 100 like goal. Don't forget to leave down in the comments if you've seen this, what do you think of it? And are you going to be checking it out? Did I pique your interest on it or not? And then don't forget to subscribe to join the Manga Society today. And as always, this world is cruel, but at least we have manga.